All right.
Hello.
Hello. Hi,
Happy
Chika.
Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you. The weekend is over.
I know, right? Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. My name is Sonia, and this is. Say your name.
Baby Mac. My name is
Okay.
Baby. Hi, guys.
We were just talking about the what movie was that we were talking about?
Coming to America.
Coming to America, exactly. And how it was. Don't even know. What was it? Less than. It was entertaining. Let's just leave
Yeah,
it at that.
it was.
Anyways, today I have Faye. I'm sure some of you have seen her before. When you there's not, I think there's only one person watching now, but when other people watch, you must know her because she's now a YouTube star. That
This
talks
Chika, I
about
saw the title.
movies.
I'm like, you start. I better
You're
go.
speaking it into existence.
Ah, thank you. Amen in Jesus'
We're speaking
name.
into existence. YouTube star that um, gives us lots of info about coming to Canada, immigration, and lots and lots of info. I'm always sharing her content with everybody that's trying to move here. But we just want to talk about her personally today. So please introduce yourself, what you do, and all that.
Okay, hi guys. Sorry if I'm not in my usual high spirits today. I'm not feeling very well. But I figured I have to appear on this channel today because I know we've spoken about it for such a long time. So I'm here now. My name is Faye Macaulay, aka Faye Mac. I'm a project management professional. I'm a YouTuber. I vlog on my channel called Faye Mac, and I'm a professional photographer and an entrepreneur. And yeah, I moved to Canada in 2015 as an international student, and now I'm a permanent resident and just trying to help people navigate the whole process to make sure that they understand that it's not such a complex process and they're actually able to do it. A lot of people think it's impossible. Like, wow, how can you just do this and this and move and become a citizen? But it is pretty straightforward once you get all the information you need and once you get the hang of it. So on my channel, I try to just simplify the entire process for everyone so that they can do it and they can move to Canada if they would like to. I don't convince people to move to Canada. I just share free information on how to for people who are trying to.
Yes, thank you. And it's very good information. I mean, a lot of us that move here and have YouTube channels, we try to share stuff about our experiences moving here. But Faye's is very detailed.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you.
it's so detailed. Like, you're really trying. When I see like this stuff, I'm like, to go and sit down and gather all that information and put it out the way you do so that people can really understand, it's just convenient. And even to explain to people that are trying to come, because sometimes you're just like, and everybody's um experience is obviously unique, but then the steps to get here are like all that, like, they're pretty straightforward, and a lot of the information is right there on the website, but some people don't know how to, so they like to hear it from people. Like, they like to be spoon fed, and Faye's spoon feeding y'all. So thank her and always support her channel.
Thank you.
So why okay why did you decide to move to Canada? You came as a student, but you know when you were coming as a student that you were planning on like relocating here, or you just came first for school and decided while you were here you stay?
Um, so I
Was
knew
the
when I was
plan
coming
that?
as a student that typically international students that come to Canada stay back.
Mm-hmm.
So even though the plan was not to stay permanently in Canada, I don't think I had that plan that, oh, I'm going to live in Canada forever. I still don't know. But it was more of, okay, I want a place where even if I go and spend all this money as an international student, because we all know it's not cheap,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a situation like the UK of those days when you you attend school, you spend thousands of pounds, and even before your graduation, your visa has expired. You go
Mm-hmm.
back to your country, you apply for a visa to come for
Come
your own
back for your
graduation.
graduation.
I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. I already had people in my family who studied in the UK, so and I had been there several times. So I was like, no, I don't want that. I know,
You want
no.
at least that opportunity. Let it be that it's
Yeah,
your choice,
so
right?
so for them, like for the UK now, they've obviously started changing their direction, which is good for them. So,
Mm-hmm.
but as at the time that I was planning to come to Canada, my planning probably started in my second year of uni,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like 2011. So as at then, I already knew that okay, if you come study in Canada, if you take a 1 year program, you get a 1 year postgraduate work permit. If you take a 2 year program, you get a 3 year postgraduate work permit eligible program. So I was like, okay, at least even if I go and study for 2 years, I'll know that okay, I have 3 years postgraduate work permit. I will be able to work and gain international experience. Even if I decide to move back to my country, I'm not coming back empty handed with just a degree. I'm
Mm-hmm.
coming back with international experience. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted that option. I didn't, I'm not, I don't, I'm somewhat a control freak where like I don't want to be put in a position where I don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I always want to have options,
Yeah,
especially if I'm going
options.
to be spending money, to in that country. So I wanted to have an option, and Canada gave me that option. So I was like, yeah, okay. So I'm moving to Canada. Make sure that you get this 2-1 degree and move so that you can
Mm-hmm.
do a master's in Canada. So yeah,
Okay, that's great. So you came for a master's. What master's? What did you do for your master's?
public relations.
Oh, okay, but you're not working as that. Did you ever do anything in public relations after?
Yeah. So before I graduated, I actually got a full-time offer for public relations slash what I now know to be project management. Because literally, what I was doing was project management. We just didn't know how to put it, but I was also doing a lot of communication duties.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked a little bit um, in that organization. It was a one-man business, so I did not see myself going very far in that organization. So I decided to switch strategy.
So, what was your first job out from school?
After school,
Like your master's, yeah. Did you work before
okay,
you came to do your master's?
I worked during my master's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, so during my master's, I worked on two campuses, so two universities in Nova Scotia. One, I worked as what did I work as? A program coordinator for a group in the university. And then for the other one, it was pretty much program coordinator as well for the Afrocentric support group in my university. So I worked those two jobs while I was doing my master's. And in the course of doing one of those jobs, I met the person that ended up offering me a job, waiting for me to finish school and then offering me
Oh, that's great. You see the
that
opportunities,
communication.
guys. You
Yeah,
see.
yeah. She was actually a guest speaker in one of the events that I put together and planned. So she saw that I was doing everything basically during that event. I was the photographer, I was the organizer, I was everything. So she was like, okay, like
Who doesn't love a versatile queen?
thank you. So from there we talked and then did interviews and then that was how I got my first job after school.
No wonder you're always like big on and telling people about networking because it really works for
Yep.
you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, in so many different ways in my life. Networking, I talk about it too much, but I shamelessly talk about it because it can't be overemphasized. Networking is very important. Especially in Nigeria, we call it long leg.
Mm.
Somebody that knows somebody that. That's the same thing here in Canada. And the difference here is that we're new here, so we don't have the uncles and aunties and moms and dads that have people in high places. here you're starting afresh in terms of your network and your
Mm-hmm.
social currency. So you need to really put in that effort to make sure you're meeting people, and then your children would actually benefit from that because they would now have those people that can help them.
Help them,
So
yeah.
yeah,
You're meeting people.
yeah.
So when did you start your business as a photographer? Is that the only other thing you do apart from YouTube?
No, I no. So so I am a professional photographer. I started that in Nigeria. Let me try to remember what year. It was in 2012,
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Yeah, 2012. That was when I started photography. But when I moved to Canada, I decided to actually stop my business. In fact, back then I also had an online store where I was doing really well with the online store. But moving to Canada, I decided to just liquidate everything and just
What was the
move
online
and
store about?
focus on my studies. So I used to sell makeup. So I
Oh,
would
nice.
import makeup from the US, BH Cosmetics, Elf. I used to sell human hair right from university days.
Businesswoman. I didn't even know this part about you.
I've sold a lot of stuff. If I need it, call me this week, girl, because then it wasn't that common. But I used to, use products so that people would ask me, and then I would import from Dubai, and yeah. So I've always kind of been in business one way or the other. Right now, I do not do the online store stuff anymore. But I do my professional photography. I sell open box TVs.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that. Yes, I remember
yeah.
that.
And COVID is kind of shaky now, but I still do that. And then I do YouTube. So and my 9 to 5. That's pretty much all I do.
Okay, that's great. And YouTube is like it's a legit business now because you obviously monetize and then you can do like ad placements and all of that. And
Yeah, YouTube. YouTube is my second biggest source of income right now.
okay, that's great. Um, what was I gonna ask? So your career progression, how has it been? Like you said, you started as a program coordinator. Then out of uni, you still did that. Were you still a program coordinator out of when you left uni?
No, so when I left uni, I was pretty much a communication slash project manager.
Okay.
Um, but like I said, it was a one man business. So I decided that I was going to take a pay cut and go start in an organization that presented an opportunity for me. So basically, one of the big five banks in Canada. And for me, I was still looking at the communications
Mm-hmm.
thing because that was really my passion at the time. Like advertising, public relations, I had a flair for it. So I figured, okay, like let me go start at this organization, which is one of the largest corporations in Canada. Even if, remember at the time I was in Nova Scotia. So I was like, okay, I mean, even if I have to move out of Nova Scotia eventually, I want an organization where they're literally present in any province, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't want to be stuck in a one man business where I'm just going to be there and there's no growth. If I move, and that's it. That's the end. So I wanted a large corporation where that had presence in multiple places. So I went with the bank because the opportunity actually came to me to attend an event, and this is why I keep talking about networking and all these unconventional ways of getting jobs because I did not apply for a job at
Mm-hmm.
the company. I saw an invitation for an event. I attended the event. It was a speed interview event, and then I met people who ended up becoming my managers. So I
Mm-hmm.
went to the bank and I started as a teller slash customer service rep slash secure desk operator. Because when you're doing customer service in the branch, you're wearing many hats.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I started with in the bank. So even though the pay was less than what I was making in my previous role, managing, projects and publishing and things like that, it was a foot in the door. And that's another thing I preach. I don't. I don't preach for people to only target, their dream job.
Jobs, yeah.
Because I personally want to start from somewhere, get my foot
Be
in the door,
strategic, yeah.
and work my way up.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you have a plan,
Plan,
right?
yeah.
As long as you have a
So,
plan and you're not just getting in and getting comfortable,
yeah.
right?
Be
Within my first
strategic.
few
Place
months,
yourself in the right
yeah.
places.
And even getting into that teller role, all the managers who interviewed me, they knew that I wasn't coming to because I wanted to be a teller.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They knew that I had plans, and they were the ones that actually even pushed me
Pushed,
upwards. Like
yeah.
within months, they registered me for the certification that I wanted. In fact, the person that interviewed me to be who was supposed to be my branch manager ended up leaving to another branch, and somebody who I had met at that same event, who I just had a chat with, introduced myself, and all of that, he ended up coming from compliance to become the branch manager of that branch.
Mm-hmm.
So when we met, he was like, "I know you."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "I know you too." And he remembered like our conversation, and he was one of the people that really pushed me and helped me to move up the
It's always
ladder.
great to have like that kind of mentor, that person to look up to. That, yeah, it's
Yeah,
always great.
yeah. So again, networking, right? Because if I just be like, well, this person is in compliance, I'm not trying to be in compliance. Why should I have a chat with him? There's no need. Let me go and look for only the managers that are, specifically in charge of the branches and blah blah blah. I wouldn't have had that conversation with him. He wouldn't have, really pushed me
Mm-hmm.
that way. So typically it takes a year before you write the certification for the next level, but within months he registered me for that certification. He even lied to me that I had a deadline to complete the exam, 30 days. I was like, oh my God, I rushed it and then I passed, right? So it just happened that within Nova Scotia, there weren't that many opportunities for the next level, which was the financial service rep role. So that was what brought me to Ontario, because when I was applying for that promotion to financial service rep slash investment rep, um, the opportunity I got was in Ontario. So I went from being a teller to being a financial service rep and investment rep in Ontario. So I packed my bags and I moved. And yeah, so I guess after that, I worked again for 1 year, decided to go back to school because a lot of changes happened in the bank that really piqued my interest in like formal project management, like
Mm-hmm.
actually becoming a project manager. So I decided, and actually business analysis too at the time. And then I decided to go out to school to study business analysis and process management. I started my program in September. By October, I got an offer to start the following year after my graduation in a rotational program for project management as a project manager. So that's been my progression so far. Those are the roles that I've occupied in Canada so far. And honestly, if I tell you all the story that happened in between applying for that role, getting it, like it's a lot of mumbo jumbo, networking,
Mm-hmm.
um, evidence in there, So, but I just want to keep it short, so I won't go into all of that. But networking is very, very important.
Important.
Yeah.
And then also, like you said, with your plan, doing some certifications if necessary, going back to school if necessary, to move into
Um,
different.
I wouldn't say going back to school is necessary. It's just that you kind of need to put yourself in a hiring manager's shoes. They want somebody that knows what they're doing, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
not just hiring people just for the sake of giving out salary every month. You need to be
Mm-hmm.
able to do the job. So if you don't have any education, any like formal experience in that field, or in that position within that field, there are other people that are applying that have that and that have the
Mm-hmm.
certifications to show for it as well. So what makes you stand out? What makes you different? If there's nothing on your resume that is going to help you stand out, you need to get something,
Mm-hmm.
right, to be able to stand out. So that's it. So not
Okay.
everyone has to go to school, but you need to be able to
If
stand out. So
sometimes if you
whatever
need to stand
that
out.
is, you need to figure it out.
Okay. So with you said you started, you were doing the com stroke project coordinator, then you moved to um teller. So for like in banking, what's like the starting salary for bankers as a teller
It,
position?
it depends. It also depends on the province. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it depends on the province. It depends on their minimum wage in those provinces. Um, and it depends on the role too. For customer service slash teller in a bank, that's level three. In my organization, I don't want to say a specific amount, but if you go on Glassdoor, you can have a look at
Mm-hmm.
customer service rep salaries and things like that. But trust me, in Nova Scotia, where the minimum wage at that time was $11 something, it wasn't that far off from it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
And you were paid on
so
like
yeah.
hourly, not
Yeah, I was paid hourly.
salary.
I was an hourly staff. I wanted a full time job. I couldn't get a full time job. So I was working in two different branches so that my hours would add up to full time hours.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So
So you pretty much
yeah.
had two jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't very conventional. Like sometimes I would open the bank like in the morning, right? Like open the bank, load the machines, the cash, everything in one branch. And those are different cities. Like
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Halifax, Nova Scotia, but none of the branches were in Halifax.
Oh.
So I would drive like 20 minutes on the highway to one branch, open the bank there, and then drive like 30 minutes to another city as well, and open and close the branch there.
Oh.
So yeah, sometimes I had long days, but I just did what I had to
You
do.
have the
Like
hustling spirit. You have the hustling spirit.
yeah, I just did what I had to do. You have to be hardworking. You have to stand out, right? So
That's great. I didn't even know all these things. I'm getting to know a lot more. So far, how have you been juggling everything that you've been doing? YouTube, your 9 to 5, and the photography and family.
um, yeah. So my anthem, if anybody, if I don't know, if anybody knows me personally, that's what it is. People know that my anthem is this life. I can't kill myself. I can't kill myself. I know my limits.
Mhm.
I know when to take a step back and just be like, okay, pause. I need to take time off. And I've had one of those days recently where, I mean, if you look at my YouTube channel, I haven't posted in 3 weeks. I'm not happy that I haven't posted in 3 weeks, but I sometimes have to take a step back and just be like, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed now. I need to just breathe, chill. For me right now, because my 9 to 5 obviously pays my bills, that
Mhm.
is my number one
Of course,
priority in
yeah.
terms of income streams, right? So I need to give that my 100%. So with my photography business, right now with COVID, even I'm not really taking jobs.
Mhm.
So I just take a few here and there, but like I'm not really taking jobs. Especially during the lockdown, I can't take jobs, right? So
Mhm.
um with that, I've kind of saved some time there. But with YouTube, creating content like I do is not easy at all. It's not easy at all. So I try to, even though I try to post once a week, I have to give myself some credit and just be like, look, you've had such a good run.
Mhm.
Relax and just take it
Yeah,
easy first.
you
When
really
I start feeling
started
that my
well.
brain,
So
thank you. When I start feeling that my brain is I'm getting tension. I'm just like, okay, I'm not posting anything. I'm just, when I'm ready, I'll come back and we continue from where we stopped. I will be fine, right? So that's the way I do my thing. With my open box electronics business, my husband helps with that. Like we do it together. So I don't really get much pressure from there. But yeah, well, that's how I cope. I give myself a break. I give myself some slack.
mhm.
I don't try to overdo. I don't try to overdo.
Yeah,
I do my thing. And
it's very
yeah, right now I don't
necessary.
have kids, so yeah, right now I don't have kids, so there's no pressure from there. I don't know. I don't know how that would have been combining everything, but with my family is pretty much smooth sailing because my husband is here. He's amazing. He's very hands on with everything. So There's no pressure from there at all. But with the 9 to 5 and businesses, I just know what comes first, what comes second, what comes third,
Yeah.
and I give them their attention as required. And on on days that I can't give all of them attention, it's fine. Life goes on.
Exactly. That's how you have to see it. Because honestly,
Yeah.
even with me, I've been getting overwhelmed a lot. Like in the past year, like I've just been getting and like you said, you can't kill yourself. So
No.
sometimes you post. I was trying to do this weekly thing. I was doing it, so then I even I had like I still have content that I recorded, but just to edit it and put it up has just been
Mhm.
like I've been dragging my feet. It's just like I've not really had the motivation. But yeah, you have
Yeah.
to really just take time and just relax. Like it can really be like life can really be overwhelming with
Yeah.
all the responsibilities and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but what
Exactly.
do you now? What do you do to keep you motivated? What hobbies do you have? What self care activities do you take part in?
Yeah, I laugh at self care because me, as long as I can have my weekends and I can have some sleep,
Hmm.
that's a self care for me.
Yeah,
I'm not big
sleep is
on,
self care for me. Big time self care for me. Sleep.
yeah,
Oh God.
it's like sleep is everything. If I can have my one day to myself, like say maybe a Sunday, you know,
Hi,
to myself
Marina.
and just, oh, hi, Marina, and just sleep and eat and just be, right?
Mm-hmm.
um it's hard to have those days where I can just be because I always have something to do, especially during weekend.
Yeah.
Weekend is the time for YouTube, stuff like this where I have interviews. Yesterday was Clubhouse, tomorrow is this, is that. My weekends are not really mine, but some weekends when I can just take the time to sleep, watch movies on Iroko TV. I don't joke with my Iroko
You
TV.
see Roku TV.
Yeah, like just because that's how I like stay. I don't know. I'm a Niger girl to the core. I'm a Lagos girl. Forget the fact that all my YouTube channels are Canada, Canada, Canada. It's because I know that people want to know how and I want to really impart the knowledge. But I'm a Lagos babe to the core. So if I don't have my Nigerian Yoruba movies on YouTube and my Iroko TV, there's a problem. Do you understand? So, so those are the things that really keep me company. Like I'm not really big on Netflix unless there's a movie like okay coming to America, then yeah we'll watch it, or there's a
Hmm.
series that someone is raving about, then fine. But other than that, I'm a Nigerian movie girl. So me, I just sleep, watch Nigerian movies, eat. That's
Food
that's
too.
self care. Staying
Food
home.
is
I
yeah.
see. I can stay 1 year in my house and nobody will know that I'm at home. Do you understand? Just that's exactly where I am. So, as long as I have those things, I'm good. I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need to go to the spa or do manicure, pedicure. For some people, that is what relaxes them. But for me, stepping out alone is stress. So,
But you should be going
it
for
just
fresh air. Take walks.
sometimes not in the winter. In the winter, I don't go on walks, and I mean I know I probably should, but I don't have a very good relationship with winter. No matter what I wear, it's about the air I'm breathing in, right? As long as
Mm.
I'm breathing in cold air from my nostrils, like I could get chest pain and all of that. So
Oh.
I don't stress myself with walks during the winter, but during spring, summer, fall, yeah, go on walks once in a while and just enjoy the fresh air, enjoy the scenery and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly for me, it's just being home, chilling with my
Chilling.
husband, and just being there.
Which is great self care, to be honest. Me, I like being in my bed. I'm always in my bed. Like I'm always in my bed. Is ridiculous. Like I work from my bed. I actually don't sit up. I don't sit up anyway. I'm in my bed. My laptop is right beside me. I just wake up, roll over, open laptop, look at my emails. If I have to sit up in my bed, I will sit up in my bed. But most of the time, I'm just
Yeah,
laid on my side and doing what I need to do quickly. Like
yeah,
sleep is underrated. Like sleep solves a
it
lot. Because
is.
sometimes when I don't even like taking medication for anything. I have a headache, I
Me
sleep.
neither. Me
Anything, I
neither.
just want to, like, sleep can just solve it, you know, having a long
Yep.
day, sleep, just being in your
Yeah.
bed, like.
My mom is always giving me I don't want to say the S word, but for that, yeah, like it's like yeah, sorry, you have body pain, but use this, use that. You have a headache, use this. I'm like, no, like once I sleep, I'll be fine. Once I sleep and wake up, I'll be fine.
And I've always
You
been
know,
like that
so
too. Since I was a kid,
yeah.
I've always been a
Mm.
sleeper. I don't play
Sleep is
with
life,
sleep.
I tell
They
you.
can even wake me
But
to
yeah.
eat food, and I'll say, please, I'm sleeping. When I wake up, is the food running away? Leave the food somewhere. I'll wake up. Must I eat it now? Like my mom, she had to learn. I was like, I must not eat the food now. Let me finish my sleep. Then it won't ever wake me up again.
Yeah. For me, sleep is what keeps me sane. If you want me to have a rough week, just disturb my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, that's how important it is to me. Like I need it to be productive.
I'm telling you. So to round it off, um, okay. Before I round it off with what, like, quotes or advice you have to give, I was gonna ask, like, for your YouTube channel, what inspired you to start the YouTube channel and post the kind of content you post?
Right. So I've always been a media girl, kind of. Um, a lot of people don't know, but I've been in the if like I've how do I put this? My first time in front of the camera was at age 11,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, from like ages 13 to 15, I also spent a lot of time in front of the camera. So for me, I always knew that yeah, like I'm going to start a talk show or like a channel or something eventually. I was going to, but for this particular kind of content that I create, what inspired it was questions. And if you're somebody who lives in Canada or you've been through the process of migrating to Canada, you have people in your DM at some point asking you loads of questions about how to relocate to Canada. You send them links and they come back with more questions.
Mm-hmm.
That is just it. And sometimes you mention, oh, you have to do an English test and they run away. That is the end. You will not hear from them until after 2 years when processes and policies have changed. And then it's too late. So I had a lot of situations like that where like lots of people are just messaging me, people that I know personally messaging me asking how can I move to Canada? And I'm just like, how do I explain this from the beginning to the end? Like how I don't want to just send you one link and like that one link, you won't even understand what they wrote there.
Mm-hmm.
Because to be frank, some of the websites, some of the web pages are not very clear.
Clear. You
Um,
have to jump
so
from one to the other.
yeah, so exactly. And even some pages, like people would reach out to you, like, I don't understand what they mean here. So I decided that, okay, you know what? I'm not going to be replying people one by one. And I'm sorry if you've DM'd me and I haven't responded. It's part of me not putting myself under pressure because my DMs, like, I have officially lost track of my DMs.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what my pinned tweet says. So nobody should be offended. It's just that the motivation to even start this YouTube channel was so that I could create content and disperse it to hundreds and thousands of people at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my videos, 10K views, 12K views, those are the ones that are not like, my really, my highest viewed videos are not even how to move to Canada videos, which is funny, but the ones that are about how to move to Canada, let's say 10K views, I know that, okay, that's one effort to collect the information, to sit down and film this content and edit it and post it for you and market it, right? That one effort has touched 10,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
That is for me, oh, that's working smart. I did have to respond to 10,000 people separately. Do you understand? So that was really what inspired my starting it. Like, okay, I really want people to know how this goes. I want people to be able to hear IELTS and not automatically give up on life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to talk to you and let you know, look, it's not even that deep. Do you understand? Like, show you the process, give you the resources to be able to pass it well in one sitting, right? So a lot of the things that I do is just demystifying the entire process that people think are such a big deal. And I'm doing that to everyone that cares to see at the same time. That is, it gives me joy.
Yeah.
It gives me joy. So even, with my DMs, I apologize, but a lot of DMs that I get till today, 95% of them, the answers are in my videos.
Mm.
So I'm not
I
going to
think that'd
reply
be
to
very
every
funny.
single person with links to my videos. No, I've already done the work to, put this out there for you. It's now
Like,
up to you.
is intuition like just this is what she does, You're saying her DM. Why before you go and ask this question, why not check because they are on your profile, so they see that you have a YouTube channel and this is what you've been talking, and that's why they're coming to ask you these questions. So why not just go and check and see if you can find the answers there first before coming to ask questions? This is what I don't understand about people. Like, have you even gone to try like to Marina?
Yeah.
Akasha,
And
I mean Marina.
for me in the beginning, I used to reply people. I would even reply with voice notes because a lot of these things you can't be typing
Mm-hmm.
long story. Sometimes I'll reply with voice notes for months and months, and my weekends and everything will just be dedicated
Occupied.
to that. And exactly, anxiety, Marina. It gives, it used to give me anxiety. That was before, but now I've told myself I'm doing this to give the information to as many people as possible at the same time. Spending time replying each DM without being able to monetize that service because I am not a licensed immigration
Mm-hmm.
consultant. And that is why I tell people all the time, if you have personal specific questions, don't come and give me personal information. It's not good. What if somebody hacks my phone?
Mm-hmm.
You should be dealing with a licensed immigration consultant or immigration lawyer. That is their job. They will charge you for it, but they are supposed to. That is their job.
Yeah.
Time is money. So back then, all my weekends after work, it's my phone. I'm pressing phone, replying people. During my break at work, pressing phone, replying people. It doesn't work for me. I did that and I was happy to do it. It was very fulfilling being able to help everyone. But when I realized that 95% of the time I'm spoon feeding on top of the spoon feeding I'm already doing
You're
on,
already
on my
doing.
channel, and the information is already on the channel for you, I decided that I was not going to put pressure on myself anymore to respond to every single DM that I get. It's impossible. I simply do not have the capacity. Like I said here, I have many businesses that I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing in addition to my 9 to 5, which during COVID, 9 to 5 is no more 9 to 5.
Yeah, just scattered hours.
Sometimes I start at 8 and finish way past 5. So we have lives, so it's not easy to just dedicate time
Yeah,
pro
up
bono
to that, yeah.
and volunteer time like that
Especially when you're
in
not
this
even
country
getting
where
paid for it.
bills are piling up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? It's not really wise for me to do that. So I just refer people to immigration consultants, talk to this person, book time with them, book a consultation with them. They got you. They're the professionals. Me, I'm just telling you what I know as an end user of this process. I've used this process, it worked for me. I'm sharing the information, that's all. I don't know the answers to every single problem out there that is relating to immigration. So sometimes when you message me, I have to also do my research. Yeah, that's so that kind of it's a bit much, right? So I just try to help the way I can by posting those videos
Mm-hmm.
and replying comments. On my comments in my comment section, I respond to comments. But at the same time, there's a limit. there's a limit to,
Yeah, you have
you
to
have to
really
draw
know
that
when to.
line when you
Yes,
no
you have
longer
to.
have a life. Like, you just have to
Yeah,
draw the line.
you definitely have to, because like Marina was saying, that people get offended when she refers them to the channel, but she's like, you're still helping them. Like, you're just refer, like, why don't you want to, like, a lot of people get entitled to your time, even though it's something you're doing from the goodness of your heart. It's like, just, I don't understand it. But just
Yeah,
keep
I
doing it.
don't do well with entitled people. I
Yeah.
don't do well with. In fact, that is part of why I just stopped. Like, oh, okay, like I'm like, for me, if you're being entitled, it no, it doesn't sit well with me, and
Mm-hmm.
I will stress myself. I just stop responding.
Yeah, like you can't, you've tried, you're doing this thing voluntarily, offering all this information, doing all the research. All you need to do, go and look in her channel. If you can't find the answers there that you're specifically looking for, ask a question. It will help motivate or like inspire your next video, I guess. Like another
Hmm.
video you need to do, maybe if you get the same kind of questions that you feel you haven't addressed already. Then
Yeah.
you do another video for that. But I don't even know, people don't like to be empathetic and put themselves in people's shoes to realize that this is, you have a life, you have other things you're doing, and you
You have
really.
your job,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, an immigration consultant is an immigration consultant. That is
Yeah,
their
there's
job.
Mo's Law's office. She's an immigration lawyer, right?
Mm-hmm. Most law office, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are people that is their job. That is what they do. Do you understand? So, of course, they're obligated to assist, and even
Mm-hmm.
if it's at 2 a.m. that they want to, that is still good. I used to respond to DMs at midnight, at 2 a.m. I have to get my life back, like, and just pull myself and just be like, enough is enough. This can't happen. You need to have a life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of my this life I can't kill myself
Yourself.
balancing act. you know. Yeah. So that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Everybody's always saying this life no balance, but it's our duty on this journey of life to make it balance as much as it can.
Yeah,
We
it's a
have to work
balancing
at
act. You
making
just
it
have to.
balance. Yeah, as much
You
as it
have to. Otherwise, you lose your mind, right?
Yeah.
And you hear a lot of people. You hear a lot about depression in Canada, and the winter, and that's how people get depressed, right? Not being able to
Nobody cares for
balance things
themselves.
out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know if you forget yourself, and you end up not having a life in this country where there's no family or friends, what does that lead to, right?
Exactly.
So
So, what advice or quotes? What's a quote or advice you have to give people watching about maybe moving to Canada, their career, or like? I think I have one clue of one advice: networking.
I'm sure people are tired of me saying networking. Yes, networking number one. Very important, more important than you think. It's when you get into the corporate world and you're like, oh, this person is this person's son. Oh, this person is this person's husband and wife working in the same place. Oh, okay. That's when you realize that, hey, you've been done it. You don't know that things are happening. That is just what it is. Internships are, in large corporations get food because people have, aunties and uncles in those positions that you understand. Don't dull yourself, basically. Don't think that it's only in Nigeria that long legs is happening. It's
Mhm.
happening here big time. So networking is very important. You don't know who can be of help to you. Um, for me, I guess for people that are trying to move here, another thing that I would say is research. Especially if you're
Just take
coming,
your
if you're
be patient. Mhm.
no research, like, they'll be patient enough to do the research,
Mhm.
and don't be lazy with your research.
That's the word I think I was looking for. Don't
If
be lazy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like, if you're looking, nothing good comes easy. So put in the work.
Mhm.
Put in the work. In all my videos, in the description boxes, I have links to resources, how to move to Canada, Canada.ca, different independent that I've spoken about. I have all the links in my DMs. I'm nothing. so so yeah, Marina, you see yourself now. And that is an example of what I just said. Husband and wife working in the same company. You're going to see mother and son. And you'll be wondering that how come this person does join the organization and they're getting promoted? Sharp, 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 sharp. What is going on? You start thinking that is there something wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong with you. You just don't have the network. Do you understand? So that happens, it happens a lot. But that's interesting, Marina, that you said that.
Very interesting. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know either. But and that's another thing you know that in Canada, before they even post a job opening, online, they've asked their own people first, the employees that are hardworking. Like, how can I even find people like you? Like, I want to find people like you to join the organization. Are there people like you that you can recommend that are hardworking? Right? So referrals go a long way, recommendations go a long way. Very important. When you work somewhere and you quit the job, you don't have to burn the bridge. You can still get Marina. Oh my god, don't kill me. But yeah, like, don't burn the bridge and say, oh, you quit this job and blah blah blah. For me, I've had letters of recommendation from previous bosses, right? And those have actually helped in my other roles. So networking is very important. Like I said, not being lazy with your research. Don't think, oh, you've spent one day researching, so now you're tired, you can't do it anymore. What is one day compared to what you're trying to achieve, right? You need to put in the work. You need to dedicate time to it. If you cannot dedicate time to it, pay somebody who is a professional and they can help you. They already have the information and the resources to help, right?
Be careful of scams.
What else? Scams. Did you mention scams?
Yeah.
That one is a video that I'm even about to do.
I have content for you about this scam. I'll share one experience.
See, it's not just about scams. I feel like as Nigerians or as Africans, when we move to the Western world, we kind of feel like, oh yeah, like we can relax now. We've had such a rough experience, in Nigeria, we're locking doors, we're doing this, we're doing that. Brothers and sisters, when you get to Canada, still lock your door. Like, there are places here that you will clench your bag that, hey, where am I? Do you understand? And it's not heaven. Almost every single day, it used to be every day, I get scam calls. And it's not just me. There are many. They are selling our numbers. Do you understand? Like, this is a whole cartel of scams, even for, job seekers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I worked in a branch. I can't tell you how many people or how many different ways people get scammed from seeking jobs. You're a jobless person, you're looking for a job. You're unemployed, you're looking for a job. And they still have the mind and heart to scam you $2,000, $3,000 under the guise of, oh, run these errands, buy this gift card, buy this Kinecon, and then we'll reimburse you for it. It's your first. They send you a check. The check is fake.
Mm-hmm.
So beware of scams and beware of immigration scammers. Right now, the one that is trending is getting a work permit from Nigeria. Canada does not issue work permit outside Canada. A work permit is not issued outside Canada. It's issued within Canada at the point of entry. If you're already in Canada, they send it to you.
So you can just get a work visa to come.
You can get a work visa from anywhere, but a work permit or a study permit is issued within Canada.
Yeah.
That is the one that is going around now. They claim that you pay 2 million, 4 million, they get you a job. I saw one fake Rogers job offer letter. I was like, oh my god, this is clearly fake.
Mm-hmm.
They promise you a job and everything. No licensed immigration consultant or lawyer will promise you a job. It is against their code of ethics. They are not allowed to promise anything because nothing is guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
It is not their job. Do you understand? So when you start hearing fastest, easiest, no IELTS, no POS required, no this, no that required,
Yeah,
to move
that's
to
when
Canada,
I'm like,
you need to ask questions like, okay, how? What is your license number? What is your full name? I want to go and check on ICRC. I mean, what's the name of the website to make sure that you are a licensed immigration consultant.
Can you just imagine? Like,
PR card issued in Lagos. Can you imagine?
Can you just imagine? Hey God. I can't wait for your video. I watched Marina's video on the scam thing. I can't wait for your own video on it too. Like, you guys should watch out for those videos. Like, go up to Marina's channel to check her own and then watch.
So
someone
for
even
me,
approached me too.
Yes?
Someone approached me asking if I have anybody that's trying to move to Canada. That there's someone that works in IRCC that is helping people to come and that they will send you the application form. You will not do it online, no. They will send you the application, you fill it, sign it and everything. You pay half the money and you will do an MOU, and then when you get it and you come, you pay the remaining money, and that you don't have to do IELTS. So I was just like, no.
Listen, guys, don't fall for things that are too good to be. That's why we are doing all these free videos, so that you guys will see exactly what the process is like. When you start hearing things that are too good to be true, just because you don't want to write IELTS test, English test, and then you lose 4 million naira, 2 million naira. Come on. So just aside the scams, like I said, the security here too. People's cars get stolen from their driveway in Canada. Okay? People's cars get broken into. My car has been broken into in Nova Scotia. In Ontario, it happens. Don't leave your home country and say, "Oh, you're not in heaven." You don't lock your car. You don't lock your door. You don't do this. You're not getting scammed. Any employer that calls you, you're not, alert to say, this might be. Carry your Niger sense come. Be doubtful of things. Be skeptical and ask questions to confirm. Do research. When the company calls you, Google them to see their online presence. Ask people about that organization. Don't just be doing secret. Some people like to do secrets until they eventually get a job that they tell you that I've gotten it.
Yeah.
Don't do secret stuff. Yeah. When you are trying to move to Canada and you have an agent that is talking to you and telling you something that you doubt, stop keeping quiet and making it a secret. Talk to people that have been through that process. They're not your village people that will stop you from moving to Canada or from getting a job.
You don't have to say it to the whole world. Just, people that you know that will have insights.
Because it is after people get scammed that they come and tell you that they lost this amount of money. But they kept everything secret for such a long time until they got scammed. Could make sense. Do you understand? So sorry, I got passionate there, but I was like, fam, enough of this scams, enough of this, you can't come to Nigeria, to Canada as a Nigerian and then they're scamming you now. Come on now. Like, that's a shame. I'm not going to people that have been scammed. It's easy to fall for it because you feel like you're in a Western country, you feel like you're safe. The bank can't do anything for you. If they didn't hack into your banking app or something, you're the one that use your hand to send the money.
Send money and be spending money without any.
So be very careful. Be very careful. That's what I'll say. Don't leave all your your alertness and your Lagos sense in Nigeria just because you now move to Canada. Very important here.
It's very important. So yes. So be vigilant. Don't be lazy with your research.
And network
and be careful. Yeah. So vigilant, be careful, all of them. So yeah. Thank you so much, Faye, for being present here for my live and illuminating my channel with your information.
Thank
all
you.
this information, even stuff that I was finding out for the first time too. So I'm glad that you were able to join. Thank you so much. Have a great Sunday. Have a great Sunday, everyone. Thank you for everyone who
Thanks.
tuned in.
Thanks for watching,
Bye.
guys.
All right, then. Bye. See you next Sunday.
See you. Bye.